I wish you very productive deliberations, and most of all, a very pleasant stay in Nairobi. And as I finalize, when our food is healthy and safe, we will be able to handle 80% of any diseases and issues that would affect us in our health. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay, another very hearty clap for Madam. Thank you, thank you. So I think I would like to call upon our next chair. Oh, no, sorry, I've run ahead in the program. So I'd like to call upon our next presenter, who is Dr. Ashagrie, and he's got a presentation for us on what we discussed today about bridging research and policy. So I'd like to call upon Dr. Ashagrie, Bridging Evidence and Policy, the role of research for policy influence in strengthening nutritious food systems. A very hearty welcome for Dr. Ashagrie. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. I shared my experience previously in Addis Ababa for East African Group, in Cote d'Ivoire for West African countries, and finally, I'm really happy to be here to share my experience for South African and Cameroon Group. Thank you very much for having me all this time. So as you can see from my presentation it's an experience that I would like to share with you about bridging evidence with policy. So the role of research for policy in strengthening nutritious food systems. The lesson has come from a project that I led in the AERC project, which is funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This is going to be my talking points. So there are going to be some brief introduction about the project. Then what are the major results or impact of the project? Finally, for this group, what are the methods or the mechanisms that we use to influence policy? The opportunities. There is always challenge to change research into a policy. And finally, we need to talk about the other side of the coin to translate our policies into practices as well. Sometimes we stop and we celebrate at the policy level and we stop. We don't fund it. We don't do nothing. We leave it at the shelf. So that have to change as well. So to tell you about this project, I'm the PI, Ashagrie. It is like 1.1 million. Bill Gates funded project. It has taken 4.5 years. I have nice partners from USA, Kansas and Penn State University, and the project officers has been very helpful as well. So I really appreciate, and you can see the gender balance in the project has been very immense and incredible. So this is the objective of this project. The objective of this project has been, what I like about the nutritious food system is previously we used to focus on making food nutritious, but now we are including the term of safety. As a food safety expert, I say, if it's not safe, it's not food, and it's not going to become nutritious. So I'm really happy that we pushed it and become safety as part of agenda for Africa. Previously, whenever you talk about safety, the politicians will tell you food security first, then we talk about safety. But now foodborne disease is affecting us, non-communicable disease is increasing, so we need to take care about the safety, not only making it nutritious. So these are three objectives. We identify the problem, we make an research, and finally we change it into an intervention and a policy influences. These are some of what has been achieved. You can find many of the publications, the training materials we developed from that paper. But for this group, I just want to focus on what policy influences we were able to directly or indirectly we were able to achieve. The most important thing that made me proud as a leader in this research was we pushed it through research to make Ethiopian milk standard to become mandatory or compulsory in 2021. That's the biggest success for me in my life, honestly, with regard to food safety. The standard has been there starting 2009, but for 12 years, because of several reasons, the standard was not mandatory. But now, as of 2021, we pushed it through different research outputs that the government was forced to make this standard mandatory. By making this standard mandatory, producers used to complain that they will not fulfill this requirement. They are saying that the problem is not in ours, it's the farmer, they are going to put something, we cannot control that. But after lots of push, now I'm showing you one of the company who got certified because of this standard. Now the product has been certified, and you have to use the mark of the Ethiopian standard mark to sell milk in Ethiopia now. So the other thing that we achieved is, you can see that not only they got certified, as you can see, food safety management system is voluntary, like ISO, but from the 12 companies, more than half of them are even certified with international standards, like ISO FSM system. So this is the reason that we push them, honestly. We have been telling them, these are big, giant companies, but they are not certified. But now they are internationally recognized. So with regard to Africa free continental trade as well, being certified will give you an opportunity. Not only that, we have proclamation for milk and animal welfare, and proclamations has been in 2025. That has been pushed and it become a regulation. Everyone have to ensure the health of animals whenever they produce something. The other thing that we were able to achieve is, we established a ministerial level consultative task force just for milk, because of this is me representing the way I am presenting it to now to 3 ministers, but unfortunately all the 3 ministers are not in their post anymore. So one of the challenges working with politicians or policymakers is that they don't stay for a long time. Unless there is change, you need to tell the people that's going to come. So at least we need to have that knowledge archive so that we can build, continually improve. So not only we stop there, the Ministry of Agriculture also has developed a food safety and quality strategy for primary agricultural produce. This is the first time I'm part of this technical committee as well. We developed this specifically for agricultural produce, so this is really nice. The other thing, this is the one I led, I coordinated in collaboration with African Union. It is the first national food safety master plan for Ethiopia, and I hope Kenya also has done it before us. Many African countries has developed this food safety master plan like 2 years ago, but the only problem we have is that this policy is in shelf now. It is stagnation, no one is focusing on this. We spend lots of time in developing a policy, but then after that celebration, we forget about it. So we need to do something about, not only Ethiopia, many African countries, they develop this master plan, but they are not following or monitoring or doing anything about it. So to come up with these policies, what are the engagement mechanisms we have done as a team to influence the government? By now you have enough knowledge how to influence policy. The first thing that you have to do is that you need to engage the government from the start. Don't tell them after you publish or finish something, put this into a policy. I have done an incredible research, change it to policy. That's not going to happen. I understand. Government, they need time, they need to trust you, co-creation should be there. So we started with the government, starting from the first inception that you can see we make the government part of the project. This is in 2018, before COVID, that we started this project. So this is funders, everyone was there, so there is endorsement. By the way, don't rely only on government. You need to also trust the public. I understand. The public make accountability strong. So we are providing press releases. So something is going to happen, we are going to come with results. Because of the time I have, I'm going to rush implementation of the projects. We are going to do everything with the value chain actors. Women are going to be involved from farm to fork. Every part of the segment will be involved. No one is going to leave behind, because policy requires the consensus of everyone. So you need to make sure that everyone is represented in that policy dialogue. Don't tell your result at the end, you need to tell them progress report. There might be surprises in between, so you need to make sure that the governments need to be ready for what's going to come. There should be a mechanism for them. If there is a blame that's going to come, responsibility to the government, we need to give him enough time to be ready for that. Next, we are here for a research, yes? Produce a high quality data so that government can accept you. Your credibility comes from your scientific credibility. Have understand? So make sure that you publish high quality data, scientifically sound data. We have published more than 20 papers on milk safety and quality. So the government has no way out to say, I'm not going to make a policy or any other thing. You need to close everything of the work that you are doing. So not only that, you need to evaluate the impact of your interventions. We gave several trainings for farmers, for collectors, for the processors. This is one paper which has been evaluated by ourselves and at the same time by a third party, if our intervention has worked or not. You can read these papers. I'm really happy the training that we gave for our farmers actually has significantly helped to reduce microbial load in the milk. So it means our intervention has worked. So there are several limitations because of infrastructure, water, and other things. So we need to work on that, but still this has been feasible. And you need to target where you want to achieve this thing. This is our biospatial work. Government, sometimes it can be overwhelmed. Have understand? To intervene, if the problem is too wide or too beyond his scope, he will get frustrated. So sometimes you need to tell him that you can start somewhere. Now this is 100 kilometers in the circle of the capital city. They can start from that and they can widen their scope. And at the same time, as economists, government need show me the money. I understand. So you need to tell him how much is going to be lost because of loss of food safety. Among 10 people, one will be affected. At the same time, according to World Bank, 95.2 billion annually will be lost due to food safety issues because of people get sick, medical care, and other things. And we have a public awareness creation platform. We have a website, a Facebook page. I'm always on TV trying to advocate for the work. So these are some of our TV programs I'm trying to advocate. We are writing papers on different platforms. Societal BBC materials that we are trying to use. The model is my daughter because I don't want to lose money. So we are trying to convince the people that your child will be safe when you are going to take SF milk. I'm not going to be stunted. These are the issues that, this is World Food Safety Day. You know that every June 7 there is Food Safety Day. You need to advocate on that day as well to create awareness. Conclusive workshop, please make sure that you hand over your materials to the government. I developed a hard drive and I gave everything to the government officials, so they are not going to deny me, we didn't heard about this. So I bring a flash drive and I gave all the materials. Not only the Menge government, I gave every material to the regional counties as well, so that they can be responsible for the work they do. This is the convening that we have done in London with grant learning of Gates Foundation. Also there we have attended. By the way, now your PASHFARM is at the end of the project period. Please, as an academician, as research, don't stop the fight when the project ends. You need to have a social responsibility to continue pushing for the government to continually improve the things. So this is, I've been a panelist. It is a private company who called me to make a panel discussions, but sometimes be careful with private businesses. They use your scientific idea for their benefit. So they called me and they want me to advocate people to stop eating raw milk so that the milk goes to the factories, so that their marketing volume increases. Have you understand? So policy piggybacking, you need to be very careful. Researchers, you need to be very careful. People might use you for wrong reasons. For this company, I wrote a complaint that my whole ideas has not been transmitted in the TV because they cut some words and they transmitted only ideas that go in line with the private sector. So please, researchers, especially when you go to the politics, please be careful. I will end with this. Me and all of us, we need to think about, for Africa, I'm advocating for a dedicated Ministry of Food. Ministry of Agriculture, worry about productivity. Ministry of Trade, see food as a commodity. Ministry of Industry, see it as a manufacturing. But there is no one. We call it, food is all of us, but there is no one who has been dedicated to look after it. Have you understand? So we need to make sure that our food is growing by nannies or in a daycare for me. Have you understand? So we need to take as a parent and harness it properly take care of it. So I wrote a letter to the Prime Minister, a call. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm famous. I always write policy briefs for the government. In the media, always people tell me, Dr. Ashagrie wrote a direct letter for the Prime Minister. It's a big deal, honestly. So I wrote this letter, and I'm expecting an answer soon. We need to have a dedicated Ministry of Food, not only in Ethiopia, but also in whole Africa. So because of time, I cannot continue with this. Thank you for having me here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I think we have many questions for Dr. Ashagrie, including how to use your daughter as a model. I would like to request our second presenter, and in the interest of time, I would really request that we keep our presentations to 10 minutes so that we allow for a Q&A, a few questions afterwards. So I'd like to call upon Professor Paul Kimuto.